I am just fixing my chia pudding. This is what I had during the evening time before I cut off my fast. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator. So it's just 2 cups of chia. I mean, 2 teaspoons of chia and about a half a cup of coconut milk. I'm gonna put this in the fridge. I'll be right back. So today, today I want to speak about food intake. Okay, what are we eating? If you guys live in the United States, we have a lot of processed foods in the United States, right? And 80% of the food that most people eat is processed. Now, on television, if you watch television or if you listen to commercials, they're always pushing some sort of drug to prevent, or not prevent, put a band-aid on all your health issues. So it seems like that's what they're geared towards now, making you sick and then offering you a band-aid to fix it. Nature has the band-aid for everything, which is whole foods. Although you have to be careful with a lot of the whole foods that you eat, making sure they're not GMO food and that you properly cleanse your food, your vegetables before you eat them. But we need to start eating one ingredient food. Um, I tend to be plant-based, although I do eat conch and wilks when I'm at home in the West Indies. But for the most part, I eat all whole foods. Now, even these, so much of our fruits are GMO'd also. They're modified. They don't have any seeds. I tend not to eat these things too much because they have no seeds no more. Selective growing. I do eat organic fruits such as organic strawberries, organic blueberries, because those are in the dirty dozens. Organic apples, peaches. I have not found any organic peaches, but I do soak all of my fruits prior to consuming them for 20 minutes in baking soda, and you can actually add vinegar to that also. So yes, the food is what's helping us be consistently sick. And when I say consistently sick, not like sneezing, coughing, just having bodily function problems. So with the last video I posted, which got a lot of views, was the 36-hour fast. Now the 36-hour fast is one of the best things you could do for your body. But when you get to a consistent fast, like the 16-hour, the 20-hour, you will see a drastic change in your body and your energy, as long as you also are consuming good foods and limited time. So maybe 1 to 2 meals, maybe 3 meals, and that's it. And then you go on your fast. So when it comes to food, a lot of people are eating a lot of sugar, and sugar spikes your insulin resistance, and that's bad. I see people that eat donuts, all these pastries for breakfast. Those things are no good. Once you break your fast, you should actually break your fast with fruits or protein. Those are the only two things. Nothing sugary, none of that stuff. So I stress eating proper nutrition, whole foods. That's the key to longevity, health. Instead of eating bad and trying to find a band-aid to fix it, Even with testosterone, the testosterone level drops when we age. And, when you get 30, it starts to go down like maybe 20%. You get to 40, it's like 30, 40%. And in your 50s, it starts to drop, like 10% as you age. And in order to keep your testosterone up, gotta exercise. You have to eat nitrogen-rich foods like beets and arugula. If you're not eating seafood, I should say. Seafood, shellfish seafood has, and kelp has really good nitrates in it, and that helps your testosterone. When you take GLPs to lose weight, GLPs actually help certain things, but it also reduces your muscle. So it's not actually a good fix if you have, you know, really a lot of obesity. I can see you using it to help, but exercise and proper nutrition is the best way to lose weight. Fasting is the best way to lose weight. Stop taking those quick fix. They're not they're not helpful. I see a lot of athletes promoting it, like Serena. I kind of get really upset when I see that, but they're promoting all these GLPs. Oh, if you want this, da da da. It's not worth it, man. Just be disciplined. Good morning. Can you give me a shout out because my aunt? Oh yes, Rory Atkins. My condolences to your aunt that just passed away. I am very sensitive to losing family. As if you watch any of my videos, I lost my son. I shouldn't say lost, but my son transitioned in 2022. My brother transitioned when he was 19, so it's a tough thing. We have to learn to cope. This is a natural process for us to die. The living people suffer because our thoughts of missing that person. But the best thing to do is just remember the good times and the times you spent with her, and the love that she gave to you. But we just learn to cope, bro. I have to cope with it every day, man, and it's not an easy thing. Sometimes you look like you're doing great, but no one knows what's going on in the inside. That load becomes very heavy, but we just learn to cope, bro. you know so back to the nutrition. Yes, nutrition. I remember I lived in California for a while, and I went to 24-hour fitness, and there was Jamaica. Oh, I'll go on. How things? Yo, I hope you're safe, man, if you're down there. And if your people down there, I hope your people them safe, brethren. Because that Melissa wicked. So, yes, the gym I went to was this huge gym. It was a Magic Johnson 24-hour fitness. And there was this Asian guy in there, all right? And he had a body I could not believe. His waistline was 28 inches. And he was, just, and I was like, yo, how do you do that? You know what he said to me? Nutrition. It's what you eat. It's not all about lifting those heavy weights. The weights help because our body needs resistance. But nutrition. Everything is all about the nutrition when it comes to your body and health. A lot of things can be avoided if you stop eating the wrong foods and start eating the right foods, man. That's a key to a longevity, man, to a good life. And just to talk about Jamaica, Virgin, we have more natural food down in Jam Down. And you see people living for a long time and they're very healthy. I remember watching this interview and this guy walked up on this lady in the street and he said, excuse me, I have to ask you, you look so healthy and think, how you do it? How old are you? When this woman told this man she was 70 something years old, he was like, no way. I think she was like maybe 75, maybe pushing 80. And the woman looked like she's 40 years old. And she said, hey, I walk everywhere and I eat grown food, natural foods, you know. Although we do have good genetics, I have seen some of our people that are really beat. I went to a high school reunion the other day and I knew, yes, provisions, bro. I knew that when I went there, I was gonna get a lot of people saying, how do you look like that? And I tell you, my words had not gone unheard. As soon as I walked in and people were like, damn, Dave, like you can run the 800 still. I used to run when I was in high school. I hated it. I like sprinting, but I didn't like running long distances. And most of the women, for the most part, they they fell off. Like a lot of them had a lot of weight on them. Yes, I know that women have a disadvantage because their hormones come into play, but still, I know it's about eating. I know it's about eating. I know one girl, she used to be so fine. I used to chase her all the time. And she's like, hey, Dave. And I'm like looking, trying to see who it is. Memory ain't so good, but when it comes to girls, I usually remember them. And she's like, it's me. She's like, yeah, I know I gained some weight, but it's me. And I was like, wow. It's like, how, yeah. It's like saying in my head, I'm like, damn, it used to be so bad. And you think when you're young and you see these girls and they're so gorgeous and like you can imagine yourself being with them for so long. I mean, if you love someone, if they gain weight or whatever, you know, you 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 adapt to everything. For me, if was with someone that I loved and they loved me from a young age and we carried on, she would have to be on my program, point blank. I wouldn't allow it. I would not allow it. I would have to actually help her to maintain her physical stature as best as she can until it's time to go. Old man once told me, do not quit exercising till you're down in the grave. And that's my motto. I will not stop. I have this thing. You don't go 3 days without exercising. That means if you get busy, if you're constantly exercising, if you get busy, never go 3 days without. You're an old man. Yes, Lion King. I'll take that. But old man like this, I'll take that. I'm a wise man. Yeah. All right. Put on a shirt and go to work. Yeah, I'm going to work. I'm going to do some exercises at home. That's what I'm going to do. Stop hating. But I appreciate the comments anyway. But anyway, you guys have a great day. And remember to get on a program of good nutrition and exercise and fast. Learn how to fast. I have a lot of videos that show you how to fast. Start fasting. Peace and love, your man X out.